Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents The School Gates by A. Chaudhuri. Read by Emily Stott and Anthony Howell. For Adam and Henry, I always loved seeing your smiling faces at the school gates. Trusting is hard. Knowing who to trust, even harder. Maria V. Snyder.
Prologue. The pain had been relentless. At one point, terrifying, like nothing she'd felt before. An all-consuming, merciless pain that surely no mortal being should be able to withstand. It had come on quite suddenly, after she'd been doing okay for some hours, wondering to herself what all the fuss was about, why people made such a big deal out of it. But she'd spoken too soon, had been too cocksure, and like a tidal wave that seemed to come out of nowhere, it had hit her, subsumed her, making her regret her words and feel like her entire body was being ripped apart. The pain had seemed to go on forever, but she knew this was not the case. The sheer intensity just made her feel like it was never ending. But within an hour, it was over. And when she gazed down at her beautiful baby boy, she knew why they said it was the best kind of pain, and why, as soon as she saw her newborn child, that pain was forgotten. He was the most precious, most exquisite, most perfect little thing she had ever seen. A true miracle of life she fell instantly in love with. All thoughts of the horrors that came before, all the sadness she had endured, were pushed to the back of her mind. They were no longer significant compared to the angel lying in her arms, nuzzling at her breast. And at that moment, she also knew that she would do anything to protect her child, come hell or high water. She'd move mountains for him, kill for him. From now on, he was the #1 priority in her life. Nothing else mattered, and she'd sooner die than let any harm come to him. She needed to get away, though, and fast. Somewhere she and her precious baby boy could start anew. She didn't want him raised so close to where her nightmare had started, the place that had caused her so much heartache, and very nearly broken her. If she stayed here, it would feel like he was tainted with that same sorrow, same misery. He deserved to be happy. Plus, she had no idea if she'd be placing him in danger by staying here. That was her biggest fear. That he might return. Seek her out. Harm her child. No, it was best that she started afresh. Just like the person whose opinion she valued above all else had advised her to do. Some place new, where she was no longer Elizabeth Mosley, but someone else entirely. From now on, she was Lola Martinez.
Chapter 1. Lola. Friday, 15th of December, 2023. Joy's looking lovely tonight. That colour really suits her, complements her skin tone beautifully. Nothing. Not a word, nor so much as a glance in response to my perfectly pleasant, honest observation. That's pretty much how it's been the entire evening, as I've tried my best to make small talk around the dinner table at the reception parents' Christmas do. Forcing down the expensive 3-course meal I've already paid for, despite every bite being an effort. I've known these women for over a year now, spent many a heartfelt moment with them, or so I thought. Yet tonight has felt 1,000 times more awkward than the day we first met. It was bad enough back then, when they eyed me with pity, despite making a vain attempt not to show it. But now all I see in their eyes is contempt, a sentiment they've made no effort to hide. In fact, they seem to be delighting in it, and that's so much worse. Makes me feel sick to my stomach. B, let's go dance with Joy and D. Clarissa nudges Bianca in her side. Show them how it's done. Another snub. It's like I don't exist. Or worse, I'm some kind of social leper. I want to cry. For the ground to swallow me up. And it's then that I feel the tears amass in my eyes, my insides burning with a mixture of hurt and anger. I bite my lip, will my tears not to spill over my lids and make me feel even smaller than Clarissa's already done in blanking me so cruelly. Finally, a sly, sideways glance my way, most likely to confirm that I am feeling as humiliated and unwanted as they're clearly so desperate to make me feel, whereupon I self-consciously pick up my wine glass and put it to my lips as a means of distraction, even though the last thing I need is more booze. And then, to my dismay and relief, both her and Bianca are up on their feet, linking arms and giggling like goofy teenagers as they stumble away from the table and make their way towards the dance floor, where an equally inebriated Joy and Dee are swaying along to Dancing Queen. In truth, I should have trusted my gut and never have come here tonight. Not with the alcohol flowing and holiday emotions running high. It was a mistake, and you'd think I'd know better, considering how tense things have been at the school gates recently. And more importantly, in light of the messages I've been receiving. Messages threatening my life, my son's life, scaring the hell out of me, turning me into a nervous wreck, the kind of person I swore never to be when I moved here. Just at the thought of those messages, I instinctively pull out my phone from my clutch. Okay, so it's been a while since I received one, yet I can't help fearing that another one might have come through while I've been here. To my relief, there's nothing. Still, I find myself wondering if one of them here this evening could be behind them. I hadn't wanted to accept that possibility, despite their recent cold behaviour towards me and, more importantly, what the last message said. But thinking about the way they've treated me tonight, like I'm no better than the dirt beneath their shoes, I'm starting to wonder if I was being naive. That they are, in fact, capable of things I hadn't thought possible. Perhaps having somehow learned the truth, all the secrets I've been keeping from them, including one thing I'm deeply ashamed of. Perhaps the person I trust most in this world was right all along. The fact is, I've always felt like an outsider amongst the parents at St. Xavier's Primary. I've never quite fitted in, despite me desperately wanting to, for my child Luca's sake more than mine, and thinking back, I feel a little foolish for having thought I'd finally become part of their circle, having spent the best part of a year trying to forge friendships with these women. Because the way they've treated me tonight has only proved just how out of place I really am. Simone is my only true friend in the nest of vipers I found myself entangled in. But she's at home, with the kids this evening, her husband 300 miles away on business, no grandparents around to babysit. She doesn't trust anyone else with her kids, and I can't say I blame her. Strangers are dangerous, no matter how nice they might seem on the outside. Simone warned me not to go this evening, said Luca and I should come over to hers for a sleepover, and that once the kids were in bed, we could chill out with a bottle of wine and a movie. But I didn't listen. I put my own shallow desires, the chance to patch things up with him, but also to walk in here with my head held high and prove to everyone I deserve to have fun as much as anyone, above friendship, what truly matters. Even though he's been so cruel towards me lately, has made his feelings frighteningly clear, and now it seems that I am paying the price for my superficiality, my pettiness even. Okay, so it's true, he led me on, but that doesn't excuse my behaviour. I'm a grown woman and he's a married man. I should have known better. And yet I behaved like some stupid schoolgirl with an obsessive crush. I can't help feeling so pathetic, so ashamed, so sick with regret. But perhaps that's exactly how I deserve to feel. Simone confronted me about it some time ago, when I'd gone round to hers for coffee. She warned me not to go there, said I was asking for trouble, that his wife would make it her life's
Sample complete. Ready to continue?